Hello YouTube, in part 2 of the meaning, no it's not the meaning, it's the moaning of gaming. I nearly said the meaning of life, which, well to me, video games are really my life because it's what I do for work and it's what I do in my spare time, in my free time. So, but this episode is, am I too old to be a gamer? Now for me, video games are like a drug. I'm always searching for a high. Now, you might think that's crazy, but think back to when you was younger, when you was a kid, and the first time you played Mario, and the buzz you got from it. And then moving through the generations, you know, the Mega Drive, playing Sonic for the first time, the Dreamcast with its arcade perfect Crazy Taxi, PlayStation 1 with Wipeout and Metal Gear Solid, PlayStation 2, you know, Metal Gear Solid 2. There was innovation then, it was new, it was exciting. And now we're going to the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. And it's all been fucking done before. Everything you play is the same old rehashed shit, constantly coming at you. There's nothing new anymore. There's fuck all. There's our age group, seen it all, done it all, and that is it. There's nothing else new there. You know, there's so many times you can play COD, Battlefield, FIFA. And the companies are scared of pushing the boundaries and trying new things. There is one company actually that is slightly different, and it's Ubisoft. Now Ubisoft seem to be trying new IPs all the time, and they've got a magic touch. Well, they seem to have a magic touch. They've got games like The Division coming out, which looks absolutely amazing, not just graphically, but you know, gameplay. They've got Watch Dogs, which at first when I saw that at E3 a couple of years ago, it blew me away. But really now, after playing the game and seeing the game running, it's just fucking Assassin's Creed, isn't it really? My modern day Assassin's Creed. But you know, they are trying new things, they are trying new IPs. But you know, am I really too old to be a gamer? Have I done it all now? That's it. There's nothing else, you know, there's nothing else coming. There's nothing else out there. I don't know. I'd like to hear your thoughts. I mean, I'm 37 years old. I was one of the generation where, you know, gaming for us, we were brought up on gaming. Just like kids now are brought up on iPhones and iPads. We were brought up on our parents or grandparents or whatever would get us a game console or a game for Christmas. And it was new and it was exciting then. And like I said before, going through each generation, it was always new, it was always something different, it was exciting. But can you honestly say that this generation of gaming, the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, has innovated? No. I went over my collection last night. I've got close to 100 Xbox 360 games and roughly about the same PlayStation 3, and there's not one game that stood out as a game that, if I was to sell my collection, there's not one game I would keep. Not one game. And the reason I was going over it is because I found that in the last week, apart from doing 3 games that I've had for review, so that's Assassin's Creed Black Flag, Batman Origins, the new Batman game, and Call of Duty Ghosts, I have put 0 hours into them consoles. I haven't played any of them consoles for fun or for pleasure in my spare time, but I have played all of my retro consoles in the last week. So at night time I chill out, I put on the PlayStation 2, which you know I love, the N64, the GameCube, the Mega Drive, the NES. I play all these consoles. I do not turn my current gen consoles on for fun, just because there's nothing there. There's nothing to play. I can't put a game in and think, right, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to really enjoy this game. And people say, well, what about GTA 5? Cracking game. It's the same as the last one, really, isn't it? Come on, it's the same fucking game. There's no difference. The new Batman and Assassin's Creed, both them games, it's the same fucking game, just a different character in them in a different setting. It's exactly the same game. You're pressing the same keys to block, to attack, you assassinate people. You do it in both games. There's no fucking difference in the game. It's the same fucking game. So, are we too old to be gamers? I don't know. What are your thoughts? Is it just me? Am I just a grumpy old get? I don't know. But if we're going into the next gen now, the big thing at the moment is indie games. Now, personally, I love indie games. I play a lot of indie games on PC just because they're always pushing the boundaries, they're doing new things. But when indie games start becoming mainstream, which they're starting to do, I mean, if you look at E3 last year, I think it was Sony had all these, I can't remember what of them had all, it was Sony, had all the indie developers on stage. This game's coming, this game's coming, this game's coming. Are they really indie developers anymore? So obviously they're getting money from Sony, So they will be basically being told what to do. That's what will happen. They'll get told from Sony or from Microsoft, wherever they go to, Nintendo, on the Wii U. They basically don't have free run. There's only so much they can do. They have guidelines and they've got to stay within the perimeters of what gets set out. So, where is gaming going? At 37 years old, is that it? Am I a washed up gamer? Is gaming dead? It was the question yesterday, is gaming dead? Maybe I'm just old. Maybe I've just seen it all and done it all now. There's nothing new. And if you can think of a game on this generation that has pushed the boundaries, in fact, I can think of one game that I've enjoyed this generation. And it was a game, I think it was 2 years ago. It was on the Xbox 360, and it was actually our game of the year. And that was Mark of the Ninja. It was an indie game, Mark of the Ninja, from Clay Studios. And the reason we voted that game of the year is because it was different. It wasn't like the fucking games that are out there. I mean, if you look at the marketplaces on both consoles, the games are near enough the fucking same, aren't they? There's no difference in them. So, over to you. Are we too old to be gamers? Are the consoles aimed at us? I don't know. Maybe, the kids that are playing the games today get that feeling, that buzz from gaming that we got when we were younger. When we put Mario in or Sonic in for the first time or Crazy Taxi on the Dreamcast. Maybe kids are getting that buzz. But personally, I can't see them getting it because they're getting COD. Every year. The same game every year, and it doesn't matter what they do to it. It's the same fucking game, and you're just running around and shooting. There's nothing new in there. The new one's got a dog in it. That's fucking annoying. But are you? Are they getting that buzz? Are you a gaming druggie like me? Do you search for that gaming high? Let me know in the comments below. So like my phone's going off. But this is part 2 of the Moaning of Gaming, and I would really like to know what you think. Let me know if there is a game that stood out this generation for you, something that you got that buzz from. You're all, the majority of people that watch my channel are retro collectors. So, is there a game that stood out for you and you thought, fucking hell, this is a game. This brings me back to my youth. I personally can't see, I've looked through my collection. There's not one game I can say that, this is the game. And with exceptions, actually, there is a couple of exceptions. And for all its knocks it gets, and it does get fucking hammered, this console, there is new IPs on there that are interesting. And it's the Wii U. And it's a console that It's bright, it's colourful. People think it's a little bit kiddie and stuff like that. But the gameplay on the games, the wonderful 101, for instance, something that's not really been done before, and it's all about the gameplay. And I think a lot of Sony, Microsoft, they should look at what Nintendo do. Yeah, Nintendo, it gets a bad name. It does get a bad name. It gets battered to pieces. But they're still going after all these years. Not many companies are there now. Atari's gone. Sega's all but gone. It's Nintendo still go, and they still bring out new and exciting IPs. So, by no means am I a Nintendo fan, but I do have a Wii U. It's boxed, and I bring it out now and again. I don't even have it set up. It's only brought out just because I don't have room. So if a new game comes out, I will get it out and play it. But it's worrying that I am no longer considered the market for gaming. Even though we were the generation that were brought up, gaming. It was us. And no, we're too old. Or are we too old? Is it just me? Have I just had enough? Do I need to take a break from it for a little while and come back to it in a year's time? I don't know. But I can't see it getting any better. I can only see it getting worse. So, that's today's episode. Thank you for listening. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your views down below. I love reading your response, and I do try to reply back to everybody that responds. And if you want to see more of this, I'm hoping to get using my contacts on the inside, get some interviews with some of the developers and some of the PR agents to, I suppose, further my argument. Really push them and ask them questions that will make them feel uncomfortable. So if that's something you'd like to see, let me know. So for today, I thank you for listening, and keep gaming if you're not too old.